Hello, welcome to Dry Creek Beekeeping. It's still the heart of winter here in northern Illinois, but we finally got a decently warm day, about 40 degrees. So I wanted to take this opportunity to show you guys how I check on my hives during the winter without actually beekeeping, if that makes sense. Especially since one of the reasons why I really want to check my hives today is because yesterday it was negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, and I don't know how well my hives fared that cold going into this warm. So without any further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, and here are the hives. This right here is the beta hive, and behind that is the alpha hive. And first thing that I always like to do when I check on my hives during the winter is to tap on the side of the beehive and just hear if they're alive in there. So I'm going to do that. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but the bees just buzzed in there. So that means they're alive at least. Next thing that I'm going to do is take a look at the hive entrance here. As you can see, there are dead bees out here, which is actually good because that means they are removing the dead bees from their hive. Now, normally I wouldn't do this next thing, but since we're coming out of a very, very cold time, and for the sake of YouTube, I'm going to clear out all the dead bees from inside the hive as well. Because sometimes, especially in the winter going into spring, a lot of dead bees will build up inside the hive, and if that blocks the entrance, then all the other bees inside will die. Alright, so first things first, I lifted the hive up, put these here so that way I can remove the entrance reducer. Alright, and you can see already I'm getting some dead bees out of there. Alright, got the entrance reducer out, and now I'm just going to reach this in here. And look at all those dead bees. Actually, thank goodness that I did this today, because otherwise I guarantee these bees wouldn't survive until spring because their entrance was getting clogged. And I can feel more in there, like really deep in there. But yeah, that is a significant amount of dead bees. Alright, now I'm just going to put the entrance reducer back in, and because I saw that many dead bees, I'm actually going to go ahead and open the top. It's warm enough that it shouldn't affect them too much if I do that. Alright, so it looks like it's quite a few bees. They're actually trying to fly around, which is a testament to just how warm it is today. And I'm not wearing a bee suit, so I wouldn't take any of these frames out even if it was warm enough. Which it's not. Never take frames out when it's below like 70. But yeah, I can still see that they got good honey stores in there, so I'm just going to close this back up before I get stung. And before the end of winter, I'm probably going to put some, like a candy board or at least some sugar in here to tide them over until spring. But right now, it's looking like they're doing pretty good. I didn't see any moisture in the hive, which is also really good. And again, normally I would not take the lid off this hive. In fact, I recommend that you don't, just in case. You really don't want to break the seals that the bees have made in the hive. However, today I felt that it was warm enough, and because of all the dead bees I saw, it was justified that I opened the hive. However, chances are I'm probably not going to be opening this again until March. Now, because of all the dead bees that I saw in the beta hive, I'm going to be taking a look at the alpha hive and clearing it out the exact same way. The main reason why you don't want bees blocking the entrance is because if the entrance is blocked, that will cause ventilation issues, moisture buildup, and the bees could get blocked inside in such a way that it causes them to die. So it's always good, especially in the winter going into spring, to clear out the entrances Or even in winter, like I'm doing right now. It's January right now, so we still got about half the winter left to go, but it's still good to do this. But if you are going to do this, always make sure to do it on a warm day. I can actually see moisture build up in this hive. That's actually significantly more dead bees than what was in the beta hive. So moisture buildup is not something that I want to see because that means there could be ventilation issues. So this isn't like the beta hive where I was opening it just to open it, I guess. I actually have to open this now because if there are ventilation issues, it's one of the biggest killers of bees during wintertime. And I don't want that happening again since it's happened to me the past 2 years. Alright, that's a lot of bees. There is moisture build up here, and looking down into this gap here, I mean, I don't actually. Alright, I'm gonna have to open this up as much as I don't want to. Yeah. So I don't see any moisture in there, so that's good. Maybe it's just on the bottom, hopefully. And I'm just going to close this hive back up. Going to stop bothering them. But seeing that moisture in the hive, that definitely is worrying. And again, I need to state, under normal circumstances, you do not open your hive unless you really need to. In this case, with this hive, I actually really needed to because I saw that moisture down there, and that could have been a sign of bad things happening. And like I said, the past 2 years, my hives have died from ventilation issues. So I just want to take every precaution necessary in order to prevent that from happening again. Also, I'm planning to, at some point in the near future, put either candy board or some granulated sugar into these hives in order to help them through spring. I know that based on the comments I've gotten on my videos, it seems like a lot of my viewers are from the South, and if you're from the South, then you might already be beekeeping like normal. But for me, I still got until March, if I'm lucky, more likely mid-April before I actually start really beekeeping again. Also, one more thing that I feel like I should reiterate is even if you have to open your hive during the winter, never, ever take any frames out until it's at least 60 or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Because if you take them out while it's too cold, you could kill all the brood that's being built up in your hive during winter. So to recap what I did and what I saw in this video, I used today, a 40 degree Fahrenheit day, as a chance to take a look at my hives and see how they're doing after the brutal winter that we've been having. Today is about the midway point of winter, I'd say. So I also cleared out the entrance from all the dead bees to make sure that in the spring they have a better chance of surviving. I also took a look inside both of the boxes. I didn't take out any of the frames. I just looked inside. One of them, it was because I saw a lot of dead bees. And with the other one, it was because I saw moisture. Well, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could like the video and may even subscribe. Also, if you have any questions or comments about beekeeping, or you notice something that I did wrong, feel free to leave a comment. I always appreciate it when somebody gives me tips on beekeeping, or information that I didn't know before. See you guys in the next video.